Welcome to another AriasWave update. So in this video, I want to talk about ADA Cardano. One of my really loyal followers recommended that I do Cardano, and you know what? I've done it before, but this time I'm getting more in depth. As time goes on, I get more and more in depth with the waves, and as you've noticed lately, I've been hitting those live analysis videos. And in fact, I'm going to start calling them that soon because really they are live. And I do actually go through a lot of these patterns during the video as I go through the video, uh, especially when it comes to the short term. When it comes to the long term, I spend time going through those before I make the video. So the green line down the bottom is actually where the Kraken chart says that the pattern started. Unfortunately, the Binance chart is lacking somewhat and doesn't have the other data. But yeah, look, all I can say is this B wave was tiny, and it's probably one of the reasons why I didn't want to bring this idea out earlier. But I'm just finding it more critical to just tell you what I feel, what I think, and even if it may seem funny and silly, sometimes these crypto charts are absolutely ridiculous. And sometimes I don't want to make any ideas on them because they're so stupid. But you know what? If they make you money, go for it, right? Long term, it doesn't even matter. But the thing is, at least you have somebody who can kind of make sense of them. Because a lot of people, they can't make sense of anything on some of these people anyway. Whatever. Not hating on anyone. It's just a general feeling I get, which is part of the reason why I made AriasWave in the beginning anyway. So it's just to sort of get a gauge and make sense of what the waves are actually doing rather than, I don't know, just wishing. Hope is not a strategy. Michael Saylor is a goose. I mean, think about it. The guy came up with hope.com many years ago, only to just recently say, hey, I have this domain name. I don't know what to do with it. Hey, let's call Bitcoin Hope. Well, guess what? Hope is not a strategy. So if you have hope as a strategy, forget about it. You're going to lose. Or at least you're gonna miss out on a lot of ability to make profit before the hope works. Because all in all, we all know cryptos are going to the moon eventually. They're going to be worth so much more than what they are. But in the meantime, don't you want to like sell at the high so that you can buy at the low and use those profits to make even more money? Like seriously, imagine you just got into crypto now and just started buying and say, I'm just hoping for the long term. You lose half of it, you lose 100% of it, whatever, even more, and then it goes back up, but you could have like sold it when you made the profit, and then put the profits back in down the bottom when the crash comes, and it's coming. If you don't believe it's coming, then fair enough, learn the waves, and also get up to speed with my analysis because I have a whole series on this stuff, and I will link the latest videos down below. And otherwise, you can just go to my website and I have a bullish series page, and you can even learn AriasWave if you're crazy enough to even embark on that journey. Okay, it took me 6 years to make it. Over the last 1 to 2 years, I've been making trading view ideas, and it's been getting more realer every month. So here we are. I finally got into cryptos months ago. And you know what? It's just another day at the office, but to be honest with you, I kind of enjoy cryptos because they're so crazy. It's like, yeah, craziness mixed with money. Who doesn't want to be a part of that, right? Yeah, I do. So basically, what it comes down to here is that B wave was a small wave. And the reason why, I will get into that now. And I'm sorry if you don't like me ranting and carrying on, good. Those people can leave now. So this this 5 wave move here, like if you look at it from start to end, you could easily just say to yourself, like, okay, well, what is this, a 5 wave move? The whole thing, a 5 wave move followed by a 5 wave move. What kind of world do you live in? There is no such thing. Well, at least if you follow AriasWave, there is no such thing as a 5-wave move followed by a 5-wave move. This is pathetic Elliott wave thinking or whatever else type thinking that you have in your head. It just doesn't work. It's not true. Uh, yeah. So basically, it's all about understanding that you have down here, you have an A wave and you have a 3, 3, 5, 3, 5. You have a CDE wave down here. See that 3-wave move down there? I even put the line there. You can see that this part went down. That's a CDE move. So 3, 3, 5, 3, 5, and then you got a 5-wave move, right? So you got essentially you got A, B, C. That's a B wave, right? And then you've got this move here. That's a C wave. I mean, you can see it. It's just a sloppy C wave. And I couldn't get that out of my analysis. I couldn't reconcile those waves with this whole other move. That was a perfect 5-wave move right there. And then you got a 3-3 pattern. It's like, well, okay, well, that's ridiculous. That's obviously not a complete 5-wave move. So therefore, I concluded that we have a A, the biggest, a B is the smallest, a C, which is even smaller. Well, and then you have the start of a D wave. So then you had your A, B, C, and then D was expanded. Now, fancy having a D wave expand in a D wave. Well, you know what? That's actually quite normal. So within the D wave was expanded. You had your E, and then that was B, and sorry, that was in the wrong spot. And then you have another 5-wave move there. You can see it's perfect 5-wave move, and you have your E. Okay. Now, if you think the E wave is little, well, look at the C wave. It's also little. Okay. Now, it's almost like you can draw comparisons between the same waves that I explained to you in Bitcoin, the E wave and the C wave, that were basically similar in length. So it's not about how big they are. It's about knowing what they are, right? And that's the thing that threw me off when I first started analyzing cryptos is how can this okay, I worked it out. Why is the C and E wave so weak and shallow? It's like stupid. But then I realized it's because it's within a corrective wave B, right? So it's not really a large degree E or C wave. It's within a correction. So corrections within a correction can expand, and it just totally goes against your logic. But it's called experience. So whatever, I don't care. So that's the only reason I could potentially have this kind of view where I've basically drawn it up right here. You have a leading diagonal wave 1. Okay. If you want me to spell it out for you, there's your first zigzag, there's your second zigzag, and there's your third zigzag, which is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 2 was short and sharp. Wave 4 was drawn out sideways. And there's wave 5. Okay. And then you had a wave A. So when wave A is the biggest, the largest, typically the rest of the waves happen quickly. So therefore we go to the 1-hour chart and we can see that we have a B wave, a C, D, E. So this area is important. Now, what is this green line? That's the all-time high from back in 2017-18. And then it's suddenly become a new area of importance because it's also the same area where we have to break above right now after this D wave, E wave. If we break above that D wave now, that confirms this count, and therefore this red line can become the stop, whereby if you're a margin trader, you can actually go long at this point, put your stop at 1.264 on this chart, and then basically look at about roughly 5,000 to 6,000% profits, right? So if you're that kind of person who likes to trade on margin leverage, yeah, this is the kind of thing that I usually do in normal charts. But because I'm still getting used to the crazy world of cryptos, it's kind of like, you know what? I'm not going to put out the long idea. I'm not going to do it just yet. We're going to get there eventually. But if I was to put out a long trade idea, this would be it. This would be it. I'm just not making it called that. I'm not creating a separate chart for that. Normally I put out a long idea like I did for the Dow Jones, and we're up like several thousand points right now. But you know, look, this is the same kind of thing from that kind of analysis. If you've seen that pattern, if you've seen that chart. So yeah, I do believe that now that we're in May, May the 4th force be with you. Well, I'm in Australia, so it's the 30th of the 4th here. We get the days earlier than you if you're in America or whatever. In most parts of the world, we actually get them before most of the people, except if you're in New Zealand, you're actually ahead of us. But that's about it. Everyone else behind us. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, this is the most critical area of importance here. Okay, the red lines are stop, magenta lines go. What do we need to see? Actually, we've already broken. No, we haven't. Hang on. Sorry. Speaking out loud. And that's what makes this interesting, is that I do actually speak my mind. It's not planned. It's not written down anywhere. I do live analysis. This is it. So hopefully you found this video interesting and enjoyable. By the way, the target is $56. Thank you for watching.